Hello, 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 Scrappy friends. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. So today we are going to do another episode of our Keeping It Simple series. So the one I decided for today is right here on page 39. If you have the book, you're following along. It's page 39. If not, I'm just going to hold this up for a moment. You can screenshot it if you want those measurements. I'm going to be using Birthday Bonanza to, it's funny because it's actually right here on the cover of the book, to create my layout today. Said I'm going to do a 2-page layout. I'm going to do a complete mirror image. So same what I do on one side, I'll do on the second page. It's going to keep it even more simple doing it that way. And I think this is a good one that we could do a mirror image of, and it looks nice. I'm going to be working on some photos from my daughter's 11th birthday. Get my scraps. Now, I've already pre-cut my scraps a little bit just because I didn't have a lot of small scraps in this collection, so I want to make sure I had stuff that I wanted to use. I went ahead and used those. I'm going to pull in this yellow piece for my border. And it's a little bit dark paper, so I'm going to bring in some lighter colors to really pop out my photos. So if you look at the sketch, you'll see that it has the 3-inch blocks across the top. Now the 3 inches wide is very important so that it covers up the entire width of the 12-inch piece of paper. But I made mine a little bit shorter. I made mine, they're still the 3 inches wide, but I made mine 2 3/4 inches long. But it doesn't matter either way. I just did that so because my border that I'm going to bring in, I wanted to leave more space down here for my photos. So I'm just staggering these every other one, and I went with some tone-on-tone paper as well as some of the theme paper. I thought that looked really cute, and it is for a 11-year-old's birthday party or birthday celebration, so I thought it was kind of fun. And I'm just going to line those up across the top. And now for my border, I'm going to bring in the confetti border making cartridge, perfect for a birthday party, and this yellow scrap that I have. My scrap has a little piece of, I must have cut it with the scallop blade, it looks like, or the wavy blade. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I think I'm going to actually, I'll do that on both sides. If you do a fancy cut on the with this particular cartridge, I know it works really well, but other ones too, like boot print and stuff, if you put a little fancy cut here, this is going to stay in the paper, so is that. I'll show you what I mean here. And it kind of gives it a little bit more of a fun print. This border cartridge is what I like to call an inset because the decoration stays inside your paper until you cut it out. We get all that fun fallout from this cartridge as well. Go ahead and trim this off. Just going to take off a little piece. Okay, let's do one more punch out. And let's trim this down. I'm going to do 1 1/4. And then on this side, I'm going to turn it around and also do 1 1/4. Then I'm going to take this and put it right up here. And that's why I went 1 1/4 inches, so I'd have a little bit more room right there so I can move it up. I want all the confetti to be on showing the blue paper through. I don't want the confetti showing all the different colors, although it looks cute. What I want for my design is the confetti to be all the same color. And that's our Keeping It Simple page design. Very cute. It's just easy to put together. Okay, let me bring in the photos that I want to use. I've already trimmed them down. I have a couple, I think these were 3 3/4, I believe they were. I have 2 of those. I've cut these down to 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. And there's enough room over on this page to put, you could even put full-size photos on here and it would fit nicely. And I'm going to put the other 2. She had a sleepover. And I'm probably going to stagger those a little bit like that. And over here, I'm going to leave a big area for journaling so I could talk about what was happening during this time. Now what they did in the sketch and what I'm going to do is down here at the bottom, I do want to bring in a border sticker, and I like these candles right down here. The ice cream cones are cute too, but they're going the wrong direction. And so I'm going to bring in these, and I'm going to leave a little, about 1/4 of an inch exposed of the background paper, and then lay my sticker right above that. And I'm eyeballing it, but you certainly could bring in your mat, probably should, to help get a nice straight line. And that's how I'm gonna do my representation of the sketch. I have this photo here, which I would like to bring in a mat card from this collection and put it right under. Now adding the cards or adding some photo mats helps to pop out the colors more of, bring out more of those photos. This is a kind of a dark photo, so I want it to pop out a little bit more. So that fits good there. Let me bring these back in. These photos, you can have them lined up like this. You still have plenty of room, but I think I am going to overlap a little bit. Here, I want to bring in another mat card. This one says happy birthday. I think this really lightens up my page and kind of ties in all the colors that I'm using. That's going to go there, and I think I'm going to actually bring in another mat card underneath it. So this was a 4x6, and this is a 4.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to do, I have plenty of room over here, so that's going to help take up some of that extra room I have. That's going to be my photo placement. Okay, so we're ready to do some embellishing. Let's start back up here with our, I'm going to call it a border area. This is part of the sketch. Now they did some embellishing right here on the sketch, and I liked that. They also did some, they have a different photo placement, so I just took my photos and used what I needed, and so they kind of did it right around this photo or this journaling area, so I'm going to do that as well. I have a big open gap right here. That would be perfect for some embellishments, so I'm going to do that. Then they also did some embellishing down here, but since I have a second page, I kind of want to spread out my embellishing a little bit, so I'll do one here, and then I'll come over here to our journaling area. So I want to put my title, if you will, up here, and it's going to say hip hip hooray, because I already know over here it's her birthday. This is the same design that's in the background piece, so I thought that would be super cute up here, kind of to house my title and to kind of bring that same color up there. I do feel like this is getting washed out a little bit, so I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. Let's see here. This is just Kelly Green. It's a little short. I have to do it this way. I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to trim this green paper around. I'm just going to snip it so it has the same look as my embellishment. I like that much, much better. Worth the extra minute that took too. Oops, you can't see it. There we go. Right there. Now I'm going to use this from the embellishment pack. It's just a little card. It has some lines on it. I don't know if it was meant to be a journaling box or not, but I'm going to use it as a cluster base. So it'll go right here. And I know now I'm going to scoot my other photo over just a tad, just to kind of give it some room. On top of this, I'm going to just bring in some more theme embellishments. So I have the candles, which brings in all the colors that I'm using. I now have incorporated some purple over here, but there was purple sprinkled throughout anyway. And I'm going to, let's see, put that down, have those candles kind of protruding out of my embellishment cluster and going up into this open space right here. I have that little pocket there, so that works out really well that it kind of covers that up. And then I have a little present that also came from the embellishment pack. I think I'll put that up onto some foam tape. And then over here, there were a couple little banners in the embellishment pack for this that I thought were super cute. They're not attached, but I'm going to kind of give them the illusion over here that they are attached. I'm going to put it right under the happy birthday. Still gives me plenty of room down here to do some journaling. I have a couple balloons I've picked out. I have this one. This was just in my stash. This collection came with some really cute epoxies, and it has some little balloons, so I'm going to bring this one in, probably like that. I'll draw some little lines as well. I brought in this pink sticker from a Totally Tonal pack. I think I'm going to slide that right up here to kind of just add a little something up here under my title and some more color. And also a sticker from this collection. I really like when things are popping up and protruding out of my embellishment cluster. So I'm going to add that just to kind of give that effect that it's kind of bursting and exploding. I think that's cute when it does that. I have one more little balloon epoxy it over here because I want 3 items and it is a balloon. So I'll probably do something like this. And then, like I said, draw some little lines underneath all of these just hanging out from the balloons. And let's see, make sure that one's in place. I might come underneath that green one a little bit. We'll see, but that looks good. There we go. So it just looks like balloons floating at her party. And that's going to be my main embellishing. For final touches, I'm going to bring in some more of these epoxies that came with this collection. There's some blue and some purple. Good thing, I mean, this is a very colorful one, so really any of the epoxy shapes would have worked for this. Now I'm just going to bring in purple. I looked at purple, and in this cluster I have purple. In this cluster area I have purple. So I'm going to bring some purple right up here to this cluster. And then the same with the blue. I have blue here. I have blue over here, but I don't have any blue down here. So I'm going to bring some blue in to this area down here. And these are great. You can leave them just out or you could tuck them under a little bit. And then the very last thing I'm going to bring in is a little word sticker. I have so many of these and you guys know I love to use these. This one says Shine On, and I thought that's very appropriate for her birthday. And these little things are just so cute. The little words are so cute just to splash around everywhere. And I have words in the other clusters, so like why not add it here? That's going to be my layout for today. I'll get all of this adhered down and get this in my album, do some journaling, and I'm done. Just like that. Super simple. That's the whole idea behind this series, is just finding those sketches in the book that are simple. You saw how easy that was to put together, put our photos on, and then the embellishing takes time, but that's really depends on how much you want to do, right? I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.